Hello and welcome to Beyond the Screen, the show where we talk about whatever we want to talk about. We talk about movies, TV shows, books, whatever's going on. No books this week, I don't think. I haven't been reading anything. No comic books because they're not releasing those right now. But movies and television are still things that we watch. As always, I'm joined by my fellow co-host. First of all, hello Mike. Mike, how's it going?
Oh, hey Shawn, I'm doing well. It's one of those weird fucking weeks, and I have not much to say, but I'll say some stuff to just fill some content for you guys.
Okay, thanks. At least you know your place here. And also, as always, Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you?
That's it. I'm good.
How was Look with Your Heart?
Look with your
heart. Is that? I didn't
look
know.
With your heart.
But hang on. Weren't they doing a show that was like blind people? So, right? Wasn't there going to be a Bachelor with blind people? Am I making this
there was
up?
going to be a Bachelor with seniors. They're going to be like over the age of 50.
Yeah, you were pretty close. I think maybe you're thinking of Love is Blind, maybe?
Probably Love
Which
is
is also really good, and everyone should watch that. Anyway.
No, I've already watched one reality show, and that's it. Yes. That's my quota for the entire year, but we'll talk about that way later. So, Sarah, how are you?
I'm good, and Bachelor Listen to Your Heart is good.
It is? You're really enjoying it?
We'll talk about it.
Are you enjoying doing the show with your new co-host?
Yes, we have recorded 2 episodes, me and Kristen. She's great. She brings a different energy, obviously, than Jay Wade does. So it's nice to actually talk to someone that I love doing the show with Jay because it's fun because he just, it's just fun. But it's also really nice to do it with someone that has watched the show and knows more than I do. So yeah, she's great. It's been fun. We're both, I would say, enjoying the show, but we're also very confused by what the show is still, and that's not a good thing.
Is it like Glee?
I honestly have no idea what the show is. Like, they fall in love with each other, but they also perform songs, but the songs...
So it's like Glee.
Yeah, yes, but the songs aren't the most important part. Like, that's really, cause we were talking about it last night, like, should they don't go hard enough in the love aspect of the show, but they also don't go hard enough with the music aspect of it. So, like, it's kind of half-assed both ways. So I don't know what I don't know what the point of the show is. Like, I don't know what the end goal is, if it's for them, cause we originally thought it was for them to perform together as a couple and prove that they're in love or whatever at the end of the series, but they're doing that next week, so I have no idea what the goal is.
How long is the show gonna last? How many
It's
episodes?
only 6 epissodes.
Okay, and you're on
which is good.
3 coming out then?
Yeah, episode 3 is on, so we're at the halfway point this upcoming Monday. So I mean, like, it's good, because normally The Bachelor, it's like 12 episodes, and it drags on for like 2.5, 3 months. But for this, like, they knew enough to kind of cut it short, and it's only 1 episode a week. When they do their other spinoff, Bachelor in Paradise, it's 2 episodes, 4 hours a week, which is a lot. Yeah. So for this, like, they cut it back, they're getting us introduced, which it's fun. There's the drama, and then they're singing songs, which is ridiculous. Oh my god, this one couple this week, the one girl was like, I've never been in a relationship where I could communicate with guys. I communicate with them through song, and no other guy. But I've never had a connection that understood that. And I was like, okay, like, I, like, sing all the time. No, like, she legit was like, would talk to the guy and then just start singing, and they would, like, stop and start talking to each other. Oh my god, it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen. Cause she'd be like, you gave me your rose, and I was so appreciative of it. Like, she would just, like, spoken word. But then they start doing it to each other back and forth, and I was like, stop.
When people, like, this is just a thing. When people just sing for no reason,
Yeah.
I don't know why it makes me so uncomfortable, but like,
Oh yeah.
I was in chorus in high school. So that is something that all the chorus girls, at least the ones I knew, would do, is they would all just burst into song when we were walking somewhere. And I'd be like, no, stop. That's really uncomfortable. Like, there's no reason for you to be singing right now. Like, if there was music playing, I get it. You know, I like to sing along to music as well. But when we're just walking down the hallway and they just like, they're like, I'm like, no, stop it. Don't do that.
I grew up choir, music, theater major, like all of that. So watching this gives me like flashbacks and I'm just like, I know these people. Like these people, some of them are great and the other ones are like the worst. Like it's cringy.
Well, the show sounds a lot like Glee, and I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk about Glee later in the show. But first, Mike, how's it going? What did you do this week?
The week started off a bit normal. I was actually being reminiscent of the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. I actually looked up. Craig Ferguson's my favorite. I actually was like thinking, because I used to watch that for the 10 years it was on before James Corden replaced him.
I'm not a big fan of James Corden.
I watched.
I used to be.
Now he's being such a nuisance right now. He's so annoying. But somebody uploaded archive episodes of the Late Late Show, Craig Ferguson. I was like watching those for a while, laughing my ass off at the cold open bits he always does. It's so hilarious. Oh my god, I love him. And then I kind of drifted off. Like I was gonna watch more of Motherland, Fort Salem to talk about, but nah.
Oh no! Thank God. Thank God you didn't.
I've only seen like one episode. I've only seen like one episode since the previous week, but I was like, fuck it. But then I found another witch-related show, which I will watch and talk about next week. Oh, it's gonna be great. I've been so tired lately at night. Like, I've been a lot more busier this week than normal. So what? I'm passed out like at the end of the night, and hence why, if you're listening to this, our schedule got flip-flopped for Into the Grid because I've been delaying editing episodes, so I've been too fucking tired and passing out at night. And then I ended up watching the film we were supposed to talk about 2 weeks ago or so, but now we're going to talk about those later on. I've been listening to more music because I've been trying to make like a playlist this week. I skipped a couple of days, but on Twitter I've been trying to share a song every day this week. So from each decade. So I started with like the 60s and went up to like the 90s now. So listen to a little bit of more music, more positive, like, or just groovy, kind of songs. And I think that's it. There's really not much, like I said. Pretty lame.
I had a very eventful week, as we were talking about. Well, not eventful, but I watched a lot of stuff this week. But I will say, you had a week that I've been having for the last 2 months. So, it's all right. It's all right, Mike.
Okay, good.
It's okay to have one of those weeks, because I've been having that same week for the last 2 months. Sarah.
Yes.
What did you do this week?
As always, I've been working. Yeah. And I feel like I get angrier and angrier every day that I go into work. Cause I started out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be positive because I can still help people. Like, I'm providing nurses and stuff with food and like other essential people. I still don't really consider myself like essential employee because I'm like, it's still fast food, like whatever. But I was like, yeah, I have positive outlook. Now the past 2 weeks, I'm just been like, I'm so over this. People are starting to get rude, which I understand. Like, everyone's tired of being quarantined and not being allowed to leave. But we've just been having rude customers every day because we're literally, I think I said a couple weeks ago, we ran out of Chick-fil-A sauce. Like, we run out of stuff every day. And customers just get rude. Like, how could you run out? How could you not have this? That's ridiculous. And like, because you guys are here every day, like, stay home.
Yeah.
We'd have stuff if you all stayed home. So it's just been crazy and stressful. But, I haven't really I've watched a couple things. I've started some things and not finished them. You know how that is. Let's see. I watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh, I want to watch that so bad.
It's very good.
It's in French, right?
Yes, it was my first, I think I would say, completely foreign film.
You haven't seen Parasite?
No, I have not watched Parasite yet. I want to sit down and watch.
Yeah. And
not be distracted. Because this, I was doing other stuff, and then I was like, okay, I need to actually focus on this.
To read.
It's all subtitles. It's a little slow, but it's good. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. And then somehow I was talking to my parents, and my parents are really big into watching movies and TV shows, and we talk about that all the time. And my dad likes to watch the same 10 movies, and he'll watch certain minutes of them, and parts that he doesn't like, he'll just skip and go to the next scene that's his favorite. And I'm like, it drives us nuts, because we'd be like, I don't want to watch this, and just start fast forwarding. And we're like, no, we're watching the whole movie. That's not how this works.
To be fair, that's how I watched The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, well, it's true. It's a thing. But he was naming his favorite movies, and he named Gladiator, which I've never actually seen because he would always skip it. So we watched that. Me and my husband watched Gladiator, and it still holds up. It's still really good. Joaquin is
Gerard Butler in that?
Yes.
It's Russell Crowe.
Oh,
that's right. I always get this confused.
Gerard Butler is 300, right?
Yes. It's Russell Crowe, it's Ridley Scott. It won the Oscar in 2000, which is absolutely insane to me that this movie won. And I'm pretty sure it was up against Babe, which is also really weird to me that the movie about the talking pig was nominated for Best Picture. I'm like, okay. Anyway, so we watched that, and it was good. We watched that, and then the other one that my dad always talks about is Braveheart. And, we got halfway through because I did not realize that Braveheart is 3 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie is ridiculous. Yeah, I was very angry watching this movie. I don't know why. The hair is really annoying. I don't understand. I'm like, why? Why is there just knots and it's half braided? Come on. I don't understand. I was getting very, very angry. That was another one that my dad would watch, and when certain aspects would happen, with the girl, obviously, they'd be like, okay, time for you to leave the room. You don't need to watch this stuff. So I never really watched it all the way through, and then, we only watched about half of it because I thought a lot of it was much later. I thought the whole, for freedom, I thought that was the end of the movie. No, it's literally the halfway point. I was like, what the heck? It's so long.
I always think, okay, have you seen Lord of the Rings, Sarah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I always think of, the Ride of the Rohirrim, the outside of Minas Tirith. It's the big climax of Return of the King. It's halfway through the movie. It might be earlier in the movie because there's all that stuff with the Black Gate too that I forget about. And I'm the fucking Rohirrim arriving at Minas Tirith and their cavalry charge. That's the climax of Return of the King. No, it's not. It's not the climax.
Yeah, that's how I felt watching this. I was like, are you kidding me? There's more? And my husband's like, yeah, there's still another hour and a half left. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, how could there be more? I don't understand. So maybe next week we'll finish it. We never did finish it because we had to rent it. And by that point I was so over it. We just didn't go back to it.
I have not seen any of those movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, add them to the... Gladiator's good. I would recommend, Gladiator. No, we have to rent. I think we have to rent that one.
I'm fine renting it, but
it was only $4 or $3.
Somebody's just got to give it to me. That's all.
Okay, well, add it to our list. Some TV shows. So I'm all caught up on Zoe's Infinite Extraordinary. I forget what the show is called. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. The show is so good. It's so good. The music is so good. This show is the closest to Glee, I would say. It's just not, I mean, it's pretty corny, but it's good. It's really good. I'm really interested in what Josh's thoughts are on this past episode, because they kind of deal with, the one character's, dad passed away and another character's dad is sick and is going to be, kind of got the news that he'll be passing along. So there's something in the episode that I don't really like how they handled. I'm very curious on what he thought of how they kind of handled the whole situation. But the covers of the songs that they sing are great. Like, they're so good. I just go back and keep listening to them over and over again. The show is really, really good. I don't know if anyone's watching it. I really hope it gets renewed again for a second season, because I love it. And then the show I started was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wait, you had not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine before now?
I've not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my god, Sarah. Oh, fair. I haven't watched the last 2 seasons, but everything before that is fantastic.
Well, because I like The Office. I love Parks and Rec. I love
Hold on.
How I Met Your Mother.
Hold on a second. You like The Office.
Okay, hot take. I think Parks and Rec is better than The Office.
Okay, don't care. Still, because I've never seen Parks and Rec, but The Office is fantastic.
It's good.
Oh my god. Mike, The Office?
It's good.
Mike, The Office is...
He's never seen it.
I know he hasn't. I'm waiting for him to say it.
Like, you've never watched it?
It was one of those shows where I know the clips and references. I never seen it.
So have you watched Parks and Rec?
See you guys next week.
I've seen episodes of Parks and Rec. I've never seen the whole thing. There's so many shows I haven't seen either. They're okay.
And you're watching the fucking Salem witch military Navy.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is really good. It's just one of those light shows that you don't really have to pay too much attention to. It's funny. Yeah. I love the cast. I love the whole crew and everything. Andy Samberg.
He's
great.
The best. I love him.
He's so good.
So funny.
It's just good. It's just a fun show just to watch, and you get invested in it. I mean, it's the creator of all those shows, The Good Place and Parks and Rec, The Office. So, I mean, it's great. I like it. I'm gonna keep watching.
Have you met Pimento yet? I don't know how far you are into...
Oh, I'm only on season 1.
I don't remember when he shows up, but he's a recurring character that pops up every so often. And he's played by the guy... Oh, he's on The Good Place as Janet's, boyfriend thing.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, he pops up in 9-9.
The guy he plays Derek on The Good Place. He's like, hi, I'm Derek.
Yeah. Fucking Derek. Yeah.
Also, The Good Place is fantastic. The show is the most perfect show. Anyway, okay, so on to shows that my husband has been watching that I have been catching the last couple episodes of. So my husband watched all of Breaking Bad, and I watched the end of season whatever and the last season with him. So, and then we just watched Breaking Bad. I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I've seen the last season, and it was really good. And I feel like that's all I needed to see. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'll go back and watch the rest of the show. I'm good with the last, how many seasons is there? 5? 6? 5?
I think
6? Okay, so then I came in on the end of season 5 and then watched the last season with him. And I was like, wow, and I was compelled. I was shocked the whole time. And I was like, this is really good writing if I've only seen one season. I'm really into the show. It was really good. It's fantastic.
But
I don't think I'll go back.
Yeah.
Probably not. I've seen enough. And then I got him to watch more Barry, and he's been very interested in watching Barry. So I did it. I have been successful. And then the last movie I watched before I watched my movie, which we'll talk about which movie I actually did watch. I watched The Nice Guys, which is on HBO.
Oh, so that's what you watched?
That's not the one I watched for my thing.
Okay.
I was gonna trick you guys and say that was the one I watched because my connection was Russell Crowe was in it and Russell Crowe was in your movie, so it's gonna be like, haha, there's a connection. This movie is so good. You guys need to watch it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'll say.
Did you put it on our list? You did.
Yeah,
I
did.
It today.
And yes. Because I've wanted to watch it, and a lot of people have been like, The Nice Guys, it's really good. And like, okay, it is really good. It has that, it's in the 70s, which I love period pieces, and Ryan Gosling plays a character a little bit different than himself. And yeah, it's good. The story's kind of is a little confusing, but it's that mystery kind of element to it. Yeah, it's fun to watch. You guys should watch it.
All right.
And that's all I watched and did.
All right. So, well, this week I watched quite a bit. We'll start with today because today was the latest episode of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, episode 10, season 7, and that was really, really, really good. Last week's episode and this week's episode were both really good.
How many episodes are there this season?
There's 2 more.
Oh, no.
The next one is Friday, and the one after that is Monday. And then they're done. So next Friday and next Monday, because next Monday is May the 4th.
Oh.
So,
oh my God, it's May already?
I know. I know.
Oh my God.
Not this coming Monday, obviously, but next Monday after is May 4th. And so for May the 4th be with you, they're going to be putting out the last episode of Clone Wars. This is definitely the series finale of the show. It feels very much like the series finale. I watched 8 episodes of Ozark. I've never seen Ozark. I watched the first 8 episodes of season 1. I'm halfway through episode 9. I'm really enjoying that. I think that's a really good show. I suggest it if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah. I watched 8 episodes of that. That's really good. I went back and I was just like trying to fall asleep one night and I couldn't. So I was like, all right, I'll watch an episode of a TV show or something. And I watched the first episode of a show I watched a while ago called Lie to Me. I think it was on Fox.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Tim Roth. Thank you. Yes, that's a great show. I really like that show. I think it's really good. I like that whole idea of like, I like the cop shows or like the not the cop shows, but like crime-ish procedural shows where it's like they use something kind of not like something kind of special to catch the bad guys or to, to figure out what they
like
want.
Like Castle or The Mentalist.
Yeah, stuff like that. Or I really liked Psych, where it was like Sherlocking your way through it.
Yeah.
So really the idea of just watching somebody's face and like watching their body language and stuff, that's something that I always found really like intriguing. And so I went back and I watched the first episode of that and that held up really well. And then before we talk about Too Hot to Handle, I sent you a clip on the 21st, Sarah. And it was just Sue Sylvester from Glee.
Yeah.
And
oh my God.
I asked myself, what was Glee? Sarah, what was Glee? What? No. What was it?
I don't. That's funny because today on Facebook, one of those BuzzFeed quizzes that would like guess which plot line didn't happen in Glee, and it had like it broke it down by season, and it had ones that actually happened, and then like one was made up, and it was the most ridiculous ones, and it was like Rachel's a surrogate for whatever, or like all these really random things, and I'm like, wow.
Isn't she a surrogate for Kurt and Blaine at the end?
Yes. That was one of the options, but it was like, I was like, wow, some of these are actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, they're real. It was like, Becky brings a gun to school and it goes off, so Sue quits, and I was like, yep, that's a plot line.
That really happened on this show.
Kurt gets a bird, and then the bird dies, and it becomes a whole thing. Whoopi Goldberg shows up for some reason.
Yeah.
It was like all these. I was like, yeah, yep. Yeah, the show. But they had so many like famous people.
Yeah,
on the show.
Yeah. And so this week I watched 6 episodes of Glee.
From the beginning.
No, I just picked episodes.
Oh,
I watched.
I was gonna say season 1 is still pretty solid.
I can tell you, and I think you'll notice that there's a bit of a theme around the episodes that I picked. I didn't pick anything from season 1.
I love season 1.
I picked. I have to go and look. I think I know what these episodes are. I wrote down the numbers. I need to go to actually Netflix and look at them. I'm pretty sure season 2, episode 20. I think that's the prom episode. Yes, Prom Queen.
Oh, that's a good.
Season 3, episode 15, which was Big Brother, which was Blaine with his brother when his brother showed up.
That's the one with what's it?
Matt Bomer.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
They sing Somebody That I Used to Know.
Yeah.
Ain't
and
just somebody.
Blaine does Fighter, which I think that's a really good cover.
Yeah. These are all Blaine episodes, aren't they? They're all Darren Chris episodes.
Not all of them. Half of them. I watched Saturday Night Gleaver, which was the disco episode.
That's the one when they do the Bee Gees covers. That's a great episode.
Yeah. It opens with Blaine, Mike, and Brittany dancing. Yeah.
It's so good. And then they do Night Fever with the little stage. Oh, that's a great episode.
Yeah.
And then they all, like, the 4 of them have to perform a song. It's like Finn, Santana, they all have to perform different songs, and they all wear the suits at the end. Oh, great episode.
And I think they all don't get into Nyada. Oh no, Rachel gets into Nyada, but Kurt doesn't, and Finn doesn't get into the acting studio. At the end.
Oh yeah,
they open
that's
their
that episode.
Acceptance letters. Yeah, I think that's that episode. It might not be. They might not have done it because I also watched the finale of season 3. I watched.
That's when they graduate, right?
The graduation, yeah. And that one was okay. I liked that one. Then I watched. It's like, it's got they do. Which ones do they do in that one? They do Glory Days.
In the graduation?
During the graduation, they sing Glory Days. They do.
I didn't really like the graduation.
Branches, which is when Rachel leaves to go to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. I wanted to watch the end of season 3 again.
Yeah, it's been
a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
And then I watched season 5, episodes 12 and 13, which were the 100th episode things.
No, I haven't watched I didn't watch those.
Yeah, it was the 100th episode and the 101st episode, and it was like a 2-part story that I was like, I don't remember this. I'm gonna watch it again. It was fine.
I didn't like it when they brought in the new people.
Yeah, no,
I get why.
And then they left.
They left halfway
through season 5. Halfway through season 5, it's the worst send-off ever. It's just them standing in the choir room alone, and they're like, "Man, this place was great." And it's like, they're like, "We've had so many memories." And I was like, "You've been here for a season and a half. You've been here for a season and a half. What do you mean you have so many?" Because the last 6 episodes of season 5 is all in New York.
That's right.
They finish.
What is the show?
Sarah, we have to watch it again.
Okay.
We have to watch it from the beginning for the podcast.
I like season 1 and I like season 2.
And I think season 3 was okay.
Yes. I like the West Side Story episode. I like all that when they do all the musicals.
Yeah.
I think like the Rocky Horror.
On My Way was a really tragic episode. That's when Blaine.
Oh my God. That's when she gets in the car accident.
She gets in the car accident. Karofsky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember people Facebook posting because Twitter wasn't a thing at that point. People were like, "Oh my God, Glee right now." I was like, "What's happening?"
Yeah. And I didn't remember that was anything because when I watched the Big Brother episode, that's the episode right after On My Way, which is weird because you get into Quinn gets into a car accident and then now a Blaine episode.
And we didn't know if she was dead or not.
Yeah.
Because
then we found out it was the wheelchair.
Yeah, and then they do, her and Archie do I'm Still Standing.
This show, you could not make this show today. There's no way. There was no way.
Especially the first season with Sue, like half the stuff that Sue says, there's no way.
Kevin McHale wasn't actually in a real wheelchair.
No.
And he played Artie for 100 straight episodes.
Yeah, people would not. I mean, they got the
Rachel
only thing they
sent her
really
girl
did.
to a crack house.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You couldn't do it.
The teen pregnancy, faking the pregnancy. That was rough.
Blaine goes out with Kurt's bully.
Yeah. I mean, like, they had Alex Newell be like the whole transgender aspect of it, which he's actually on Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's really good. I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he's good on that show.
All right.
He wasn't my favorite on Glee.
No, he wasn't my favorite on Glee either. And rewatching the show, I was like, man, Santana deserves so much better.
She does.
I feel like she gets kind of the short end of the stick a lot. I feel like she gets treated really often because Rachel's terrible. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm getting so off. We'll talk. Okay.
Well,
Sarah, we have to rewatch Glee and talk about it on the podcast. Okay.
I'm down.
I'm down. We'll talk about it. We'll watch, like, I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
All right. So the last thing that we're going to talk about before we move on, Sarah and I watched Too Hot to Handle.
Yes, we did. We said we were going to watch one episode and we watched the whole season.
Well, I watched the first episode and I legitimately was like, I could watch more. Like, I was like, I could not watch more, but if Sarah wanted to watch more, I'd be okay with that. And so I messaged Sarah and I was like, would you like to watch more? And she was like, I'm on episode 5. And I was like, okay.
I was like, I'm hooked.
And then I ended up finishing it before Sarah. So Sarah, I don't think we've actually really talked about this too much.
No.
What did you think of this season?
I don't know. I really like this show.
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was okay. I really like that these people are terrible.
Yes. Yes, they're awful.
Awful, terrible people. And like, most of the time
I think.
Yeah, I mean, I love these trashy shows, but most of the time they're like, oh, we all love each other and we're all friends. And I'm like, okay, like, I want to see more drama. The one girl was straight up like, I don't like any of these people. They all suck. Yeah. I don't care about any of them. Yeah. I was like, this is what I'm here for.
I think her name was Haley.
Haley, yeah.
She's the one
and
that
then
left.
She left.
Yeah. Well, but she got kicked off. She didn't leave. Cause Jesus left. Jesus left. I liked Jesus.
Yeah,
I was okay.
There's a couple of them I did really end up liking. But they felt like the most real reality TV people I've seen in a while, in the sense that, like, they were there for, I mean, they didn't know they were there for money, but once money was involved, they're like, I don't care about any of you. I want this money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the reactions were genuine, and the one girl, Chloe, like, kind of being like, don't talk to me. Like, all those ways they were interacting with each other, I'm like, yeah, this is real. This is how people would react right now.
Oh yeah, Chloe was the British one, right? Blowy.
I really liked the dumb one. Cause they're like, Chloe's dumb.
Oh yeah, Chloe. She's like, nobody tell the new guy that I'm really dumb.
Yeah. The one guy called her blowy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
So from a critical standpoint, here's what I'll say. First of all, I have 2 issues, and that's about it really. I thought the rest of it was fine, but I had 2 issues. One, these people did not care about the money enough, except for some of them. I feel like some of them were way too willing to be like, whatever, it's just money, and they were kind of blowing a lot of it. That's number 1.
And it was like 100,000, right? Isn't that what the start out was? Like, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money.
That's a lot of money.
They were kissing each other and it was $3,000. That's a lot of fucking money. Like, for me, like, $3,000 is a lot of fucking money. And they're like, it's just $3,000 for a kiss. Like, no, fucking stay 10 feet away from me at all times. Like, do not come close to me. Bryce, was that his name? Was that the musician's name?
The one on the boat?
The boat. Oh my.
I ended up liking him by the end. I'm gonna be honest.
I liked him on the end because I feel like he was like, I came here to suffer and I've suffered. Like, because he didn't end up with anybody. He was alone.
No.
Fucking Harry and Francesca were perfect for each other. They're both
Oh my god. Can we talk about them?
But okay, hang on, really quickly.
Go ahead, give your...
Is that the last two characters that came in, I really wish they hadn't even come in.
Yeah,
they didn't really serve a point.
There was the three of them,
especially
but like...
the girl.
Yeah. It kind of really pissed me off when that whole, like, they were writing all this stuff on them. Like, I thought that was really cool and, like, really real. Like, and then the two of them were just like, this is stupid. This is pointless. I'm like, there's always one person. Like,
and then they got kicked off, which they deserved.
Yeah, they shouldn't have won the money. That's what pissed me off. Everyone won at the end. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
and the worst part is that not only did everybody win, they all won. Like, look.
7,000?
That's a lot of money, but also
someone could have won 100,
right?
Yeah,
right. When it was like when the pot was $100,000 and everybody wins 7,500.
Yeah,
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Everyone was like, "Oh my god, we all win money." I'm like, someone's pissed that they didn't win more.
You know that Sharon and Rhonda are like,
they were probably pissed
because they really progressed a lot. Like Sharon and Rhonda were my favorite two characters, or the people. I guess they're not characters; they're people. But
you can call them characters.
They're my favorite two people on the show because I feel like they actually learned something. Or I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Rhonda really needed to learn anything.
No,
I feel like she kind of had it together.
Yeah, I feel like she was probably the most put together. Out of
I think the Irish girl too. The Irish girl wasn't fazed by anything.
No, I really liked her too. I wish we knew.
Even remember her name?
No, I don't know, but I liked her.
Yeah, I don't fucking remember her name, but I liked her. Okay, I'm trying to think. I have notes from each episode. I wrote down some stuff. Not a lot, like not even a page, but for all 8 episodes. But Harry, I just running through the people. Harry, I hated Harry, and I still hated him at the end.
God.
I thought Harry wasn't.
You were like, he's just Tom Holland, right?
No, that was David. David was Tom.
Holland. You're talking about David.
I liked David. I liked Tom Holland.
I liked David too. I thought he was.
He was like, you know what?
No, he looked like Elijah Woods. I would say more than
David.
Photo. I would say he looks like.
I kind of see it. I think he looked like Tom Holland.
But
jacked.
Bit.
I mean, Tom Holland is jacked, but not.
Oh my god, these people were jacked. The girls were skinny as fuck. I was like, no one looks like that.
No. I mean, they're all Instagram models.
Yeah.
Which was another thing, is that they were all just Instagram models. Like, yeah.
But that's a good concept that, like, people that post pictures about their bodies and stuff, you can't kiss or touch or have sex, like.
No, I think the concept of the show is good. I just wish that the people that had been on cared about money a little bit more. Because I feel like some of them did. Like, what was the guy's name who ended up calling himself? Kells, yes. I liked Kells. Yeah. I thought Kells was funny.
I liked him a lot.
Call himself the accountant?
Yeah.
I liked him.
And Jesus. We liked Jesus.
We liked Jesus. But when Harry was like, when Harry and Francesca kissed, and then he just was like, she kissed me. Well, from my point of view, fuck you, dude.
That pissed me off. Yeah. But then she kept going back to him. And I was like, oh god.
I'm going back through the stuff I wrote down as I was watching. When Shawn, in episode 3, Shawn was talking about, like, not being able to do anything sexual, and he's like, I feel like I've lost my best friend. I was like, all right, God. I'm trying to look. I was very surprised that Rhonda had a kid.
Yeah, I don't know. That one didn't surprise. I was like, oh yeah.
I just didn't see it coming, but I was like, okay, that's cool. I thought it was good. Like, again, I think Sharon and Rhonda had, like, the best. They were in the best situation at the end, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, I did write down that there are fucking snakes on the island, and fuck that, I would have never left the fucking room. I saw a snake in one of the shots just slithering along, and fuck that, I would not have gone outside the whole time. I would have just been like, alright, the snake's here, I'm gonna hang out in the room and see you guys later.
Did they ever say where they were? Like where that
some island
was?
Probably Mexico or something.
Maybe.
Some island near Mexico.
I don't know.
Alright, well, that's all I've got for Too Hot to Handle. I guess I'll say at the end that I enjoyed the series enough, and if they do a second season, I'd be down to cover that again.
Do you think you'd watch any other, like, reality shows like this? Shows?
I don't think so. Unless it's like this same concept. If it was season 2 of this, I'd watch it. But, I mean, it's gotta have a crazy concept, is what it has to be. The concept has to be weird enough that I'm like, alright, I want to know what this looks like.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad that some of them actually, like, did, give in to the temptations and, like, kept it interesting. Cause another show that this kind of reminded me of is the Love Island show. And at that point, like, what I'm watching, everyone's, like, best friends with each other. And I'm like, this is boring. Like, I want to see people get upset with this concept and stuff. And it was entertaining. I'm pretty sure it's the same people that did the show The Circle, which was also on Netflix, because the Lana, like, dinging noise was the exact same sound. And the voiceover, announcer lady is the same person. So I'm pretty sure they probably just same company or whatever did both.
I just found this article because I looked up Too Hot to Handle, so I'll just leave this in here for you later.
Okay.
I guess that's the Irish girl.
Oh.
And I guess they interviewed her.
Give me all the deep.
I don't know if there's anything interesting actually here, but.
Oh, Nicole. That was her
name. That was her name, Nicole, whatever, but.
Yeah, I'll watch. I'm excited for, I don't know if they'll do a season 2 because now we know, like, the shtick of it. So I don't know,
you could still trick people into doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking, she said, we got $7,500 each, which I put into savings. It would have been ideal if the couples who spent money didn't get the prize money.
Yeah. Oh, when they first said, Harry and Francesca, everyone was pissed.
Dude, I was mad too.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Pissed.
It was in Mexico. Oh.
All right. Sorry, Mike. We had our little conversation. Mike, you still alive?
Yep. I think I just took a nap.
Okay, cool. Season 2 of Too Hot to Handle, Mike will be watching with us. Okay.
Yeah. No. No, thank you.
No, I feel like Mike would actually kind of like this show. I feel like it was entertaining enough and funny enough that Mike might dig it a little bit.
You know what it's based on, right?
What is it based on?
It's based on the contest from Seinfeld.
Is it really?
That's what it says on Wikipedia. It's actually based on that concept from that episode of Seinfeld.
That's hilarious.
It is.
I haven't fucking watched Seinfeld.
You've never watched Seinfeld?
I watched a couple episodes.
What's the deal with you not seeing Seinfeld?
I don't know. What's the deal with you watching fucking...
I watch terrible television and I enjoy it.
Okay, fair enough. That's all I wanted you to say. All right, we're going to jump to break really quick, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the movies that we picked, right?
Yes.
And I have something to bring up.
Oh, okay.
So that's not it.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to do that first, or do you want to do the movies first when we come back?
I just want to see if you guys want to talk about something.
All right, you know what? We'll do that before the movies then when we get back. All right, we're going to be back after these messages.
Hey there, Schmodown fans. This is Josh the Merc Rainer, and I am here to tell you about my show, Talkin' Schmodown. Whether it's Andrew Guy getting hit with a chair, John Roca screaming, "Ow, or the emotional retirement of the Shire Wolf, I talk about it all. So you can catch me right here on Anchor and all the other major podcasting platforms. So, as I ask every episode, are you ready to talk Schmodown? I am.
Hi everyone, this is Sara, host of Go Get That Rose podcast, a podcast that is dedicated to talking about all things Bachelor Nation. Join Jay Wade, a man in his 40s who is recently new to all things Bachelor Nation, and myself, someone who has been watching passionately for the past 3 years, as we review, share our thoughts on each episode of whatever show is currently on TV, whether that is Bachelor, Bachelorette, or Bachelor in Paradise. We might not even know everyone's name, but we have fun nonetheless. You can find us on Merc with a Movie blog feed wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hello everybody, Jay Wade
and Kaylin here
to tell you about SEN Afterlife.
It's an after-show podcast where we expand on the week of craziness on SEN Live, as well as have guests on to join in the fun.
Yep, and we get personal too. We do movie reviews, and at times we go way off the rails, which I guarantee is always Kaylin's fault.
Hey, how rude and not true. So, come join us on the Merc with a Movie blog feed, and remember to rate, share, and subscribe, and as always, enjoy.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Shawn. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, the Harry Potter Review Show. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination of Kaylin, Sara, and one guest that has never read the books. We discuss one movie per episode and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, and the differences from the books to the movies. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed. We are back. Check out those shows. They're fun. We're getting close to the end of Through the Port Key, although that's in recording, not in uploading. Sarah, I'm going to ask you live on air. Or not live, but while we're recording on air.
Live on air.
Live on air. We recording Half-Blood Prince tomorrow?
Yeah, we should be.
Should be. If we were to look at the schedule, we should have recorded it like 2 months ago, but are we going to be?
We should be. Oh, well, how's your other show that you launched and won't have me come on? How's that doing?
It's good. We put up the first episode. The next episode goes up on Tuesday. We've recorded 2 more. We recorded Thursday. We'll record another 2 on Thursday. We're getting good. We're going into the swing of it. You have not yet sent me the list of episodes that you'd like to guest on.
Yeah, because you guys are getting up to it, so I need to send it to you.
Yeah, you gotta send me, because we're on episode 5 recording on Thursday. So
oh no!
You gotta send me the list of episodes you'd like to guest on.
All of them.
Well, Sarah, you need to send me just a list of episodes.
Okay. I'm gonna start writing them down as we talk.
That's what you should do. Okay. All right. We have to talk about something that Mike wants to talk about. Mike, what do we want to talk about?
So, as we are recording this episode, this week / this weekend is the anniversary of 2 DC characters that premiered in the comics back in 1940. Joker and Catwoman.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Everyone's posting about the Joker's 80th anniversary because he premiered in Batman #1 in April 25th, 1940, which is tomorrow for us, but and then Catwoman was also in Batman #1, which it was spring 1940, so maybe it's the same comic. I don't know. I just know that these characters are synonymous with Batman and they deserve to be celebrated.
Yeah, that's cool.
Have you seen all the incarnations of these characters?
Like in the movies?
Yes.
Movies,
television.
Movie.
Well, good. Don't. Thank God, don't.
I've seen them in I've seen all the Batman movies, so I've seen all those. I've seen Joker, sadly, so I've seen him in that.
How dare you?
Joaquin Phoenix is great in that movie. He's fantastic. He deserves the Oscar. He's amazing. I've watched Harley Quinn, the TV show, so I've seen Joker in that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've played the Arkham games. They're in that. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of incarnations.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say I've seen every single one of them, but
true, but
quite a few.
The best. I mean, you have, like I said, Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill.
Yes, Mark Hamill.
Yes, Mark Hamill, just to say that, because you love your Star Wars, and then guess what? He voiced Joker as well, so.
Yeah, I love, he is, he's my favorite voiced Joker, like the voice actor.
Right.
Heath Ledger is still my favorite live action Joker, but
Okay.
yeah,
Could do that.
for when it comes to voice acting, it's Hamill all the way.
Yeah, then we have for Catwoman, we have Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway from The Dark Knight Rises.
I
We're
think
gonna
you
have.
missed one there.
Can we talk about Halle Berry and Catwoman?
I think you missed Halle Berry.
I mean, Catwoman. That's an interesting film. It's oh boy.
I really liked Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I thought she was good. I liked that. I like that movie.
Yeah, Dark Knight
Sarah,
Rises. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Hang on, I'm just Sarah. Do you just not care?
Oh, yeah, I'm there. I don't have any thoughts about this.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure you're still alive.
I'm writing down Sweet Life of Zack and Cody episodes.
That's perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, no, I really like that movie more than a lot of people, and I really like Anne Hathaway as Catwoman.
Have you watched Gotham at all?
Yeah, I watched the first season and a couple episodes of the second season. I fell off. I've seen like the Joker scenes. I've seen is it Cameron Monaghan that plays him?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He plays the kid in
Yeah.
he plays the kid.
Shameless.
Well, yes, and he's also Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order. He did the voice acting and the motion
Yes.
capture for the main character of Fallen Order. I really like him. I really like him as an actor. But I haven't seen that much of him as the Joker. I know that it's a weird take on the Joker.
Yeah, Gotham has like a weird take on these characters, and it's especially you have Catwoman appears, as in the show. But
Take on Catwoman, from what I saw, the younger Catwoman with the younger Bruce Wayne. I thought that was cool. It was something different.
it was.
I
And
feel
then we
like
have
we get the same thing kind of every time. So
And then we have Zoe Kravitz to play the
Very
character in the
exciting.
upcoming Batman. So the Batman.
I'm so excited.
very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've seen Catwoman since 2012. So
I'm ready for it.
just invert those numbers around, and you get that distance. 2012, 2021, 1, 2,
Oh,
1,
yeah.
2
Yeah,
Wow.
that's true.
numbers.
Numbers are cool.
Numbers are cool.
Right, numbers.
Numbers.
Numbers are cool, dude.
Oh my gosh.
All right, what
Yes,
movies did we watch?
So yes, who wants to go
Why don't you
first?
start, Mike?
Okay, so if you guys remember, a few weeks ago, we had our producer Josh on, and he picked Nicole Kidman, and we just kind of like did whatever with the picks because Shawn wanted to see Boy Erased, I wanted to see The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and we just kind of was like thinking, Sarah, either Batman Forever or Paddington, and she'll tell us what she watched because she couldn't find those two, but that's later. So I had the Killing of the Sacred Deer in my watch list for a while. It was on Prime at the time, but now I switched to Netflix. So okay, that's weird. It is a A24 distributed film. Actually, let me ask Sarah something first. You've seen The Lobster, right?
Yes.
So it's the Killing of the Sacred Deer is the same director as The Lobster.
Yes.
And starring Colin Farrell. So,
Yes.
how is because I'm watching the film, and I'll explain more, but how is Colin Farrell in Lobster? Is it like, he's like more, how do I explain this? Because I was watching
His performance?
how is his performance in The Lobster? Is it more comedic? Is it more like, is he more emotional?
He's the straight man, I would say, in The Lobster.
How straight is it? Like, is it like very monotoned straight?
No, it's hard to say because that's kind of the point of the movie.
Okay.
It's a fantastic performance. He should have been nominated for that, but anyway, besides the point, he's more kind of a normal character where the other people around him are a little bit, I don't want to say crazy because the performances aren't over the top, but they're, I don't know how to explain it, but I would say he's more the straight man in that movie. In the sense, he's not playing it, he's just kind of playing it normal, kind of playing it cool. If that makes sense.
Okay, because it's the same feel, because it's the same director, and he also wrote the film. Yeah. I'm not going to say director's name because he's Greek, so he's
is it Yorgos that guy?
Yeah,
I can't say this. The one he did The Favorite a couple years ago too.
Yes, that's the one too. The Favorite. Yep.
That's
all I got. All I know is he's Greek and he's done films beforehand. He's done a few here. And I don't know, but
is it Logo? Hang on.
Logos Math? Yeah, it's something like that.
Hang on. I'm looking. It's Yorgos Lanthimos. Yorgos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a director, and he wrote it too with somebody. And okay, it's based on an ancient Greek tragedy, so it has like a culture to it. Okay, so the basic gist of it, I'm not going to reveal much because you gotta have to see it to believe it. I'm not going to spoil anything. Colin Farrell's good. He, like for the first half of the film, everyone's like very much straight and monotoned. Yeah. It was just like, I'm watching this, I'm like, this is weird. This is not like, it's not like a normal person like we are talking. It's like very monotone and they're like having weird conversations, like small talk, like, okay, so Colin Farrell is a surgeon. And first off, the first like 5 minutes, the opening credits, like it's so weird because you see a shot of a heart, like a real heart beeping, like thumping in somebody as they're operating on it. And it's like, that's the only time you see it, and I'm like, ew, gross, fuck off, ew. So
he's a weird director. Like he's got a weird style, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly how The Lobster is. Yeah.
So
if you don't like his style, you're not gonna like his movies.
So here's the thing: I kind of dug it towards the end, like because, like I said, the first half is very monotone. Once it gets to like the second or the third act, it picks up. Like the acting is more flared up because Colin Farrell has like this rational like reaction and acts a little bit more. But so Colin Farrell is a surgeon and he's been like hanging out with this teenage boy, and he's just because he has a previous relationship with his the kid's father, who he operated on, and he died. So he's been hanging out with him for a while, and his family is Nicole Kidman plays the wife. So Nicole Kidman has a very small role. She's the wife.
Okay.
But she does some stuff in it within her family. They got 2 kids. One is named Bob, and one is named Kim. And so it seems like, he's a surgeon. He's like a rich-ish kind of family. The daughter's singing in choir, practicing singing. Bob's just a regular kid, and this kid comes along, this teenager who is, I totally forgot his name, which I don't care because he starts shit, basically. All of a sudden, Bob starts to feel ill. He can't get up. His legs are numb, and he just can't walk. So, since Colin Farrell is a surgeon, a doctor, he takes him to the hospital, gets it tested. He's perfectly fine on all the tests. They keep going. It gets more serious because then Kelly, Kim, the daughter, does the same thing. She's in choir. She falls down. Boom. Can't walk. So the teenager, he says that, well, just because my father died, you need to kill somebody in your family. Just to balance it out. And
so,
like I said, it's based on an ancient Greek tragedy, so it's like kind of mythical in a way because he is the influence on this illness, mysterious illness on the kids. And so they can't walk and they're in wheelchairs now. And he's like, well, there's 4 stages and, they can't walk. The third stage, you don't want to go that far, but the third stage is bleeding out of the eyes.
Oh my God.
And then death. And so Colin Farrell's think of somebody to kill. And he's been prolonging it because he loves his family so much. And once Kim falls ill to it, Colin Farrell is pissed. He is just like, he's ready to talk some sense into the kid, that teenager. And he's like, you know what? You need to fix this right now, goddammit. And I'm not going to reveal what happens at the end, but, it picks up. Colin Farrell's acting picks up towards the end of the film, but it's just like, I guess I need to watch a little bit more of his films to understand the tone and style he does. I might have to actually go watch The Lobster at one point, just to see, and maybe The Favorite. It depends on how the styles are different from each film. It's weird. Very weird.
Would you say
it sounds weird?
Good.
Yes. Yes, I would say good.
Okay.
Is it more drama than... Because, The Lobster is a black comedy.
This is a drama. It's a psychological thriller.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I wasn't sure if...
There's nothing funny about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, The Lobster, there's really nothing funny about it either, but it is really dark comedy.
No, it's dark and it's like a psychological thriller. It's got
okay.
But I swear the dialogue in this film is just bizarre. Just the way that people talk, small talk.
That's how it is in The Lobster too. So I feel like that's just how.
That's how he is. Yeah, that's how his writing is. Yeah.
I haven't seen The Favorite yet, but I think that one is a bit lighter. I would say if it got nominated for Best Picture, I don't think it would be as dark as his other two are.
I don't think so.
I don't think the Academy would. They didn't recognize the other two movies, so I don't think they would recognize that if it was as dark. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was interesting just watching it. I was like, okay.
It sounds like a journey.
It's a journey experience. All right, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is it my turn? Do you want me to go?
Do you want to do yours, or do you want me to do so we can save the suspense of what you watched?
Go ahead and do yours.
All right. So I watched a little film called Boy Erased, and I will say that I saw some reviews online that said they were underwhelmed by it, which I kind of understand. I was not underwhelmed by it. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a very good movie. It's about Lucas Hedges' character. Lucas Hedges is a 18-year-old boy. I think his name is Jared, and he comes out as gay to his parents, and then goes to a conversion camp. They pretty much are like, you can't live under our roof like this, so do you want to get better? And it's like, it's a rough movie to watch, and he says that yes, he wants to get better, and so he goes there, and it's kind of his choice at the beginning, which I think is an important part of it, because the movie's more about him. And not really about because I one of the complaints I saw is that they didn't go as deep into the horrors of those conversion camps. But I don't think that's the point of the movie. I think the point of the movie is more about him and him growing to accept his sexuality. Because I don't know if I can spoil the movie. I don't know if it's possible to really spoil a tale like this, But because it's a real story.
Okay,
It's
that I was
based off
gonna
a real
ask.
story. Yeah. I believe it's based off of somebody's memoir, that they wrote about the time period. Jared wrote about the time period because he's a real person.
When is it set?
Late 2000s, I think.
Okay.
So I think around 2007 or something.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, let me.
Still
let me
awful, but
well, at the end of the movie, there is a card of like at the time of the making of this movie, there are still like 38 states
yeah,
that allow conversion camps, and
Yeah.
it came out in 2018.
yeah.
So like, yeah, and it was disgusting what was happening. Like, I put in the chat like 10 minutes into the movie, I was just seething with anger.
They really they go into it, like they.
Not to the extent that some people wanted, but just even the stuff that there's because people wanted, I guess the Miseducation of Cameron Post, I think is the name of the movie, goes really into the horrors of it, whereas this one is more about
really?
him. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's a scene in this movie that I will talk about where one of the other people at the camp had sex with another man. And after leaving the place one night. And he confesses it, and they do like a penance where he like it's really fucked up where like they bring his family in and everybody else in the camp is there, and he like he bends over a coffin, and they hit him with a Bible. The family comes up and the dad hits him with the Bible. And that was bad, but what really got me and what really just made me like red with anger is the guy who ran the camp then walked over to the little sister and gave her the Bible, and the mom like pushed the sister to hit the older brother with the Bible. And it was just the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Not really. I've probably seen worse things, but it was one of the most disgusting things to watch in my entire life. It was terrible. But like the movie is about him coming to terms with his sexuality and like going from the point of at the beginning of the movie he's choosing to go to this camp to at the end of the movie being okay with who he is kind of the journey that this movie is supposed to tell. Which I guess is not exactly what people wanted, but I thought it worked fine. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was good. I recommend it. I don't know if it was like amazing Best Picture nomination thing, which I don't think it was nominated for any Oscars. It wasn't nominated for any Oscars, but I mean, Lucas Hedges is great in it. Russell Crowe is really good in it. Nicole Kidman, who was the like theme of our last movie picking, she's really good in it. But yeah, I recommend it. I think it was pretty good. Do you guys have any questions about Boy Erased before we move on to Sarah's mystery movie?
I probably won't watch either of these movies because they just sound so heavy. And I'm like, I can't watch movies
You watched
where
Marriage Story.
Yeah,
heavy.
that's true. I have a really hard time watching religious depictions in movie, especially where it's things like this where it's just used terribly wrong, and especially things that are like real and really happening, which I mean, like, you shouldn't shy away from those things, but I just have a really, really hard time watching them.
I get that.
Yeah, because just listening to you like talk about it just makes me so angry, and it's just so frustrating. Which, I mean, I guess that's good that people make movies about it, and that's the point. Like, the point is to get it out there and get people mad and angry that this is still happening. But well, your movies brought down the mood. My movie is a little bit of a light-hearted movie, so I put in the chat that I could not find either of the movies that were suggested to me streaming anywhere. But I found one of them on IMDb TV for free. So I was able to watch Paddington, a delightful movie. That is not sad or depressing at all. So I started the movie and then I told my husband, I said, I'm just letting you know, I'm watching Paddington about a little bear and I probably will cry at some point. So if you hear me crying, that's what's happening. I started crying within 10 minutes. It was really bad. This movie is so cute. It's so cute. The bear, the technology's really good. Like the CGI is really good. It came out in 2014, so I was a senior in high school, so I was like, I'm not gonna watch this stupid movie about a bear, like, in his little hat and marmalade, and I kept hearing people talk about it. Roth Cornett, I can't say her name, oh my gosh, on Screen Junkies always talks about this movie, like, always talks about it. And she's right, this movie is delightful. It's good. It's a good kid movie. I don't think I'd show it to really young kids because I think it could be a little scary. I mean, Nicole Kidman plays the villain who's a taxidermist.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
she wants
to stuff Paddington. Like, that's the point.
Oh my god!
You don't remember that?
I haven't seen Paddington.
Spoiler.
Why'd you suggest it to her then?
Because I really struggling.
I really like the idea, cause like the bear talks, but like people aren't freaked out by it. They're like, oh yeah, it's just a talking bear.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, it was really cute. And like, it starts out with, a explorer going to this place and meeting the bears and like, he realizes they can talk and that's how they get the hat or whatever. And I'm like, that's cool. And it's Nicole Kidman's dad. So that's the through line or whatever there. But yeah, she wants to stuff Paddington because her dad, I guess spoil, it's a kid's movie, whatever. She wants to stuff the little bear because her dad didn't bring back the bear to put in the National History Museum. So now she wants to do it. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really cute. It has really good, like some good life lessons in it. The cast is great. I love the dads from Downton Abbey, and I love Downton Abbey. You have Sally Fields in it. You have Mrs. Weasley in it. One of the doctors is in it from Doctor Who. I was like, this is a great cast. Michael Gambit, Dumbledore voices one of the bears at one point. Like, yeah, it was good. It was cute. I don't know. It was fun. I will probably try and find the second one. I feel like, yeah, I got off with a really delightful, uplifting movie about home and finding people that love you and accept you and just not taking life too seriously. So, yeah, thanks guys.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That is great. I'm really happy that happened.
Now you guys are gonna give me like the most depressing movie.
Well, actually, it is time to pick our next movies, and we are starting with Mike. Mike, you are picking for me. What do I have to watch? Wait, can I guess? Can I guess from what you told me?
Sure.
Is it
Are you still
Atomic
picking
Blonde?
with that one?
Are you still picking with that, or are you going to choose a different one based off of? Because,
no. Yeah, I'm picking something different based because
Okay.
we're doing a new system now.
Was it Atomic Blonde?
Was it Atomic Blonde?
Yes.
It was, I think.
No, it was the original.
Knew it.
Yeah.
Knew
So,
it.
Yeah.
I will say, so the listeners that listen, we now have a big, Google Sheets that is still under production. I'm still working on it, but it has a list of tons and tons of movies. It has a spot for us to recommend movies, and it has a spot for major franchises. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of movies for us to work through. And we are going to be picking from this massive list of movies, for each other to watch. So, Mike, what do I have to watch?
I've noticed because most of these movies are either both of you haven't seen and both we have seen and one hasn't seen. So the one I've noticed that I kind of want to do now because there's an upcoming show that's coming out next month that's based on this movie. It's actually a little bit of reboot of it. And you've seen Parasite. I think you should see the other Bong Joon-ho film, Snowpiercer.
Okay.
Ooh,
Where
great
do I watch
choice. It's on Netflix.
It's on
right?
Netflix.
Cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
Netflix. It has Chris Evans
Yes.
Very
as
good.
the main lead.
Jamie Bell is in it, I believe.
Yes, you are correct. Yes. It's based on a French comic, and it's a very compelling film from him, from American film. So yeah, I'm not gonna say much about it. So.
Okay, so Snowpiercer. All right, I have to pick for Sarah now. And Sarah, do you want a serious movie or do you want another upbeat one?
Give me the one that you're gonna give me.
I was going to ask you this no matter what because I could not choose between two choices.
Give me
Here's what I'll ask you. Because there's a movie that you said no to on this list, and I want to make sure that you haven't seen it. On Netflix, there is a movie known as Zoom.
Yeah, I've never seen Zoom.
You're sure?
That's the one with
It
Tim
has
Allen?
Tim Allen? Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen Zoom.
I want you to watch Zoom.
Okay.
And I might rewatch Zoom just so we can talk about it. Because, that is a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I will tell you this. I mean, because I'm 20, almost 21, I think it's got a fucking killer soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
I think it's got a
I'm down.
great soundtrack. I will say, hang on. I want to look this up. I want to make sure it's got a lot of Smash Mouth.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm down. I'm down.
A lot of Smash Mouth.
I found out the other day that my husband doesn't like Sugar Ray, and my heart broke. He was like, I never really listened to Sugar Ray. I was like, oh my god.
All right, so Sarah's gonna watch Zoom. Sarah, what is Mike gonna watch?
Zoom.
I can go with that.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna give you one of my absolute favorite movies. You have to watch Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh my god, yes!
I was very upset when I saw that you have not seen it.
Oh Mike, I'm
like,
so sorry for what you're about to have to go through, but it's so good.
It's so good. It's the perfect movie.
I might rewatch Perks of Being a Wallflower as well,
Let's
just
just all
because.
rewatch it. I'm down. I'm
All
down.
Right. So we're gonna go over this again. I am watching Snowpiercer. Sarah is watching Zoom. And Mike is watching The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Awesome. Awesome. All right, we've got those all picked out, and I think that's the show.
Yes, it is.
Before we go, I'm going to plug something. It's not my thing that I'm plugging, but I'm plugging something for something else, for somebody else. I want to bring up the thing before I talk about it, so I can read from it. I follow a Kingdom Hearts podcast, and on May 9th, they're going to be doing a charity live stream on Twitch. They're going to be playing through all of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance and doing a speed run of Kingdom Hearts 3 afterwards. And while streaming, they're going to be starting Saturday, May 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern. They're going to stream until they beat Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance and until they beat then a speed run of Kingdom Hearts 3. And during the entire time, they're going to be raising money for Doctors Without Borders and their COVID-19 Crisis Fund campaign. So if you guys have, if you guys are around on Saturday, May 9th at anytime after 2 p.m. Eastern, they'll be streaming for a while. It's going to take them a while to get through those two games, but it's a good cause and it's fun. I'll be there probably for most of it, to be honest, hanging out. So, I would really appreciate it if people came and hung out, and it's for, the charity's a good charity with everything going on as well. So I just wanted to plug that on this show, but now it's time for the plugs. Mike, where can people find you?
Personally on Twitter at Mike Mixtape, Mike MIXTAPE. Shawn and I have been doing a Power Rangers podcast called Into the Grid. A few more months, it'll be a year, so that's fun stuff. We were covering Lightspeed Rescue right now, and you follow the Twitter at Go Into the Grid. Listen to it at anchor.fm/Into the Grid, and you can find your favorite podcast platforms there as well. I do another podcast with our mutual friend Tyler. It is called Ride or Die. We're talking about Kamen Rider, and we're doing Kamen Rider W. You can follow it on Twitter at Ride or Die Podcast. Tyler's doing that. Pretty cool stuff there. The Anchor link is anchor.fm/rider-die. Make sure you have that hyphen in there, and you can also find your favorite podcast platforms there as well to listen. And yes, I keep repeating myself, and I'll get this running. I promise you, I'll tell you once I get it going, but I'm excited to create my own podcast network with new shows for you guys to listen to during this pandemic. So it's fun stuff. Working on that so much. So yeah, that's me.
Sarah, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at SCBOC, SSEABOCK. You can find me here in this podcast feed. We mentioned it earlier, doing the Bachelor Listen to Your Heart, reviewing that on Go Get That Rose with my new co-host, Kristen. It's a lot of fun. We actually talk about the show a bit more, but we still kind of trash it because we honestly just don't know what the show is about. So it's a good time over there. And then you can hear me reviewing my favorite thing, Harry Potter, when the episodes drop.
Should be one, not next week, but the week after. And because thank you guys, none of you, for pointing this out, but I never actually said the name of the stream for the charity thing that I was trying to promote. It's
oh yeah, that's important.
Yes.
They are they're known as Super Spike Getty Bros, and let me go to their Twitch panel or their Twitch page so I can get you guys the link. I can read it off really quick. Let me just do this. It's important that people know what the actual link is. It is going to be twitch.tv/Super Spike Getty Bros. That is SuperSpikeGhetti Bros. And I'll be posting a link on my Twitter to the stream when they start May 9th, 2 p.m. Eastern. And that Twitter that you guys can find that link on is at Shawn_AFK. As Mike said, I think, I was too busy thinking about how much of an idiot I am for not actually saying the name of
Yes, they did promote our podcast.
You did promote Into the Grid.
Yes,
you guys can also check out Tyler, Mike's Ride or Die co-host, Tyler and I doing Trouble at the Tipton, and apparently Sarah at some point will be on that.
I got my list, baby.
You guys can check that out. You guys can catch me out on this feed. Like Sarah said, I'm also on Through the Portkey, where we're talking about Harry Potter movies, and we're almost done, and it's so much fun. And then we're never going to talk about Harry Potter ever again after that, right, Sarah?
That's a lie. We got The Cursed Child. We got Fantastic Beasts. We got so much.
Fantastic Beasts.
Cursed Child.
If you make me reread Cursed Child, there's gonna be some...
Oh, we don't have to reread it.
I have to reread it.
It's all in here, baby.
I don't remember it all. I blocked it.
And then we're doing the Harry Potter the musical reviews as well.
I'll do the musical. All right, we might have some special episodes coming up apparently. Yeah, so that, and apparently I already said it on here, but I'm going to be doing another podcast on this network with 2 brand new co-hosts, so keep your eyes out for that. You guys can find this show and others on the Merc with the Movie Blog podcast feed, which can be located on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Radio Public, Breaker, Overcast. You guys can also follow Merc with the Movie Blog on Twitter at Movie Blog Merc. Movie Blog Merc is also the name of the Anchor feed. It is Movie Blog Merc. Well, it's not the name. It's the URL, I think, of the Anchor feed. So, yes, thank you guys.
You're nailing it.
I'm not nailing it at all.
You can do it. Come on, wrap it up.
Plug that I've done so far. So we will catch you guys next time when we go beyond the grid.
Beyond the screen.
Wait, beyond the screen. Fuck! God damn it!